Yep.
Stop. Hi guys, welcome back.
Wait, they're not all guys.
Babe. Hey everybody, welcome back to Josh and I's channel. This week, as you can tell by the title of this video probably, we're going to be talking all about how we saved up all of the money for our wedding.
And we're also going to talk about that.
Alright, well, just start off with that and get it out of the way.
Alright, so if you're wondering why I have a black eye, that is a very good question. I'm going to let Sienna tell you.
You can barely see it now.
Yeah, but if you look close, you can definitely tell that this one is not good.
Anyway, so I was just tossing the keys to Josh. I went, whoop, and it hit him in the face.
So the way she tells the story is not 100% accurate. I was like, hey, throw me my keys, meaning like, hey, hand me my keys because you got it and I'm gonna drive. So she like goes like, woof, like way up in the air, and I'm like, Sienna, where are the keys? She's like, I threw them, and I was like, what? And then boom, slap down, hit me in the face, black eye.
I know, and I cried.
She always cries. This is the second time she's given me a black eye in the past year though.
I'm sorry.
The first time was during a tickle fight. Not good. So anyways, yeah, we decided in high school to kind of start saving up money about a year into the relationship.
Yeah, for our wedding. We just thought about it. I know it probably sounds crazy to a lot of people, you know, like
it is kind of crazy.
A high school couple saving up for their wedding already, but we just knew that we just knew, you know, when you know, you know.
You know.
So we thought, well, let's just start saving now. So that's our first tip of advice, is just start saving now. It doesn't really matter if you're engaged or not. If you think that it's serious, then start saving now.
Yeah.
So
make an arrangement. We always decided, like we even talked about it, because since
what happens if you broke up?
Because since we were so young, I mean, she was 16 and I was 18.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we just decided that if we did break up after any time, we would just split the money.
Yeah. So yeah, maybe have a conversation about that. And so basically what we did was we thought about how much money potentially we would need for a wedding. Mm-hmm. So we set our budget at $5,000. Mm-hmm. We thought that was a reasonable amount of money. Sorry, it's kind of windy out here. So we
didn't want to overspend on money.
Yeah, no, we didn't want to like go crazy on our wedding, but we wanted it to make it, you know, what we wanted it to be. Mm-hmm. So we thought the $5,000 was pretty good, and then we thought $1,000 on top of that for our honeymoon.
Yeah.
So $6,000 altogether. So what we did was we just took one of Josh's accounts under his bank, and we dedicated we opened up was it checking? No, it was a savings.
It was a savings.
We opened up a savings account, and we decided that was going to be our account that we were going to put our money into each month. And so basically what I was saying is $5,000. We counted up how many months, because we already set a date. I mean, we knew.
So we started dating on April 28th of 2013.
Yeah.
And we wanted to get married on that day because it was a pretty day. And then, so we counted out like 4 or 5 years later. We found the first one that was on a Saturday.
Yeah, we found the first April 28th that was on a Saturday.
And it was about 4 or 5 years down the road.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we basically took.
We said it as a joke too. We're like, all right, we're gonna get married on April 28th.
It wasn't a joke, but it was like far-fetched, you know. But anyway, we counted how many months, and we split up $5,000 between those many months, and so it came out to be $70 per person a month that we needed to save. So that's what we did. We put $70 a month into that account each month, and we had a little piece of paper that said, you know, what month it was, who paid that month so far, and we always went to the bank together and deposited the money cash.
Yeah.
We took it out of the ATM.
And we called it, like, the name of the account was, nickname was 4/28/18, which is the day we plan on getting married.
Yep. So that's what we did. And on top of doing that, tell them about the $5.
Yeah. So I don't remember the exact conversation, what happened, but I remember we were like, Sienna wanted to buy me something, or I wanted to buy her something, so I gave her $5, and then she gave me the $5 back.
Because I was like, no, don't pay for my stuff.
And then like I kept trying to sneak it over to her, and I would like stick it in books and different things like that. And like movies, like we watched a movie, and then I was like, oh, don't forget your movie, you gotta take it home. And then inside the case was $5, or just something like that.
Things like that.
So anyways, we have this like funny like $5 thing that we would always do. So what we decided to do was to take that $5 bill, which we still have too. We kept it, and every $5 bill until we got married, we were gonna just save it.
Put in our wedding fund.
Yeah. And so we would take in a lot of $5 bills.
Yeah, it's just, it sucks kind of when you like pay for something with like a 20 and it was only like $2 and then the cashier gives you back like 3 fives.
Yeah, I remember that one time I literally had a $50 bill.
Yeah, and they gave him all fives.
All fives, and I was like, ah!
But it's a really good way to save money. And so...
You have to be disciplined though.
Yeah.
It's...
Keep each other accountable.
Yeah.
So and obviously we've slipped up before.
Oh yeah.
We've spent $5 bills. I mean, it just happens. But that's just like number 2 way of how to save some money for your wedding.
And we also saved all of our change.
Yeah, that's the third thing.
Every single penny. We saved all of our coins. And those coins add up so fast.
Yes. And just like even pay attention to your friends.
Right.
Because like sometimes when you go out to like get coffee or something with your friend, they're like, yeah, keep the change. Be like, hey, next time just like instead of letting the restaurant keep the change, like give your change to me because I'm saving up for a wedding or whatever. That's what I do.
You should always tip your waitresses and waiters too.
Like at a restaurant, not like the tip.
Oh, so like if you buy something, you're just like, just keep the change.
Yeah, just don't let them keep the change. Like give it to your friends.
I thought you meant like a waiter or waitress. I'm like, Sienna, let them keep the change.
No. But so those are like the biggest 3 things. To save up for a wedding.
Yeah.
So now let's talk about like spending the money.
Yeah.
Oh wait, another thing is that when we set out the months, we said that we wanted to get all of our money
6 months.
6 months before our wedding.
Yeah.
That way you have enough time to buy things. Don't set it out like
the day of the wedding.
Yeah, the day of the wedding, because then you're not going to get all your money that you need.
We were done paying off our wedding, I think 7 months before our wedding, because we just, with all the $5 bills, we reached our budget. We went above our budget too. We ended up saving quite a bit more.
Yeah, because you do the monthly thing, and that's just like
you know you're going to reach your goal.
Yeah, to get you to the goal. Oh, and on our little wedding sheet, we wrote down how much money we had in our account that month too. That way we knew if we were on track, above track, and it's just exciting to save up for your wedding. Yeah. And so like even $1 bills, I'd be like, oh, I can put that in our wedding fund, or things like that.
Yeah. So the next thing that we kind of talked about is like how we spent our money, and I would say the biggest thing was we had our priorities. So what we were willing to bend and break on, and what we weren't willing to bend on. Yeah. So like, for example, the wedding dress, like she was told she could spend however much money she wanted.
Yeah. So it's kind of like we had an overall budget of $5,000, but we didn't split it up into like mini budgets.
No.
You know what I'm saying? You just kind of pay for what you want. So like when I went wedding dress shopping, I was just like, I'm just gonna find the one I want. Obviously I can't spend $5,000 on a wedding dress, but you just find the cheapest one that makes you happy. So that's
But we did kind of set aside the amount of money that we were gonna have for like catering. Obviously, because like catering, things like that, you have to pre-call so you have an idea.
Those are the things that you set up first.
Yeah, you have to set up the big things that are fixed. I mean, they're fixed. They won't change at all.
Like the venues and the photography and videography, the wedding dress, and the catering, I think.
Those are like
the big things that you need to get out of the way first, that way you can see how much money you have left to spend on like decorations and everything else.
But that's actually like a good segue into talking about how we doubled up for the decorations.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So basically when we went wedding shopping and decoration shopping and everything like that, we tried to pick out things that we could reuse in our house. So for example, this is a mason jar from our wedding. And this is what we put ice cream in for our dessert. We did little ice cream mason jars.
We didn't do cake. We don't like cake.
Yeah, which is super cute, and
put a brown
so basically, these came from my grandma's house. Find people, ask your family, for things. And maybe your grandma doesn't have mason jars, but she might have Christmas lights, So just try to find family and stuff that you can borrow things from and everything like that. But even if we had to buy these, that's okay, because we use them now in our house as our glasses.
Yeah.
Which not only helps save you money, because after your wedding you don't have to buy cups, you know what I mean? Or you don't have to waste a spot in your registry to buy cups. You
Right.
already have them from your wedding, and it makes it even sentimental too.
And it's not like we're trying to be cheap. It's just we both really like mason jars anyways,
Yeah.
so we get a drink out of our mason jars now.
Exactly.
You know, so
just things like that. Just find things that you can double up on. And
the eucalyptus.
yeah, the eucalyptus, like we had a whole bunch of eucalyptus I bought from Hobby Lobby. And by the way, if you're buying anything from Hobby Lobby, they go on sale every other week. So buy when they're on sale. They'll go 50% off. Just watch for the sale.
Floral, yeah.
Yeah. So the eucalyptus, like I use as decorations in our house. And it's special because it's from our wedding. And it's pretty. And, you know, I sold a lot of it after our wedding because
Yeah.
I didn't need that much, but I did keep a big chunk of it.
Yeah.
And I made a wreath with it. My mom made a wreath with it. You can just use it for a lot of different things. You can use it to take pictures with, you know, like when we eventually have a kid, that could be like a little cute picture thing that we do. So, you know, you can just use it for a lot of different things.
We might just keep dogs, like dog puppy pictures. We can use that with, you know.
Yeah. So, is there another example of something we used?
The twinkle lights. I mean, we bought like 100
Yeah.
twinkle lights from Target. Was it Target?
No. Amazon.
Oh yeah, we bought like 100 and shoot, we bought like 100 twinkle lights.
It was only like
So,
20.
20 whatever.
Anyway, yeah, we use those too as decoration.
Flower petals.
Even like I just used those for our anniversary and like decorated with. You can just think of things, you know, after your wedding, don't sell everything right away. You can keep things like those flower petals I used for our anniversary. Think of things, you know, for the future, I guess, is the whole theme of this video.
Yeah.
You know, just think of multi-purpose and everything else.
But I mean, like, of course you gotta sell. Like, you can't keep every single thing. But like, for example, we made these. I didn't make these flowers. I can't even pretend like I did. They made these coffee filter flowers, and it took hours and hours. They had coffee filter flower parties where they sat up at the bank and made these flowers for hours made out of coffee filters.
Yeah.
And we had 3 or 4 trash bags full. And
more than that.
Okay,
A
probably
lot.
like 150 trash bags full. And we sold all but like 50.
Yeah, we kept like one trash bag full.
Yeah.
And I use them now as decoration.
Yep.
And you know,
They're cute.
You can make like little like letters for a nursery room,
Right.
or anything like that. So
Yeah. Now, let's talk about the biggest thing that you should never do at a wedding because it is dumb. My biggest regret from our wedding,
spending wise,
is inviting so many people.
yes, and you see it, you read it everywhere. I looked up so many videos, so many things about, you know, what was your biggest wedding regret? What was your biggest wedding regret? That way I wouldn't make the same mistakes, you know. I think everybody does that. And everybody said I would have invited less people.
Right.
And I was just like, that doesn't even matter, you know, because they say you have to buy, you know, more decorations, which is true, more food. And I was just like,
Bigger space.
that's not really going to matter. It matters.
So it matters. One thing that we did was we made an A list, a B list, and then a C list. A list were like our friends and family that we had to invite. B list were the people in our lives that we really cared about, but it was kind of on the edge on whether or not they needed to go to the wedding. And then the C list were people that like
we would like to invite if the budget approved.
Yeah. So we ended up inviting people from both the A list and the B list.
We cut the C list.
Some of them.
We invited like 200 people to our wedding.
We did.
And so catering, we had Olive Garden cater our wedding.
Which is fantastic. Olive Garden is fantastic for their
Yes.
catering. It's so cheap.
You
The food
wouldn't
is
think
really-
that it's cheap.
It's so
But
cheap.
we live in a small town, and compared to all of our small town vendors, it was like $17 per plate or $13 per plate, something like
14
that.
up for sure.
Olive Garden was only like $10 per plate.
Yes.
And it was like so affordable.
And it was Olive Garden.
And it was Olive Garden. Like, who has Olive Garden cater their wedding?
Exactly. Always
We
shop
do.
local if you can, but don't.
We love Olive
Yeah,
Garden.
we are too bougie with Olive Garden. Did not have done Olive Garden.
But anyway, that's $10 per person. You know, if we wouldn't have invited those people.
And there are random people show up that we literally talked
Didn't even know.
3 times maybe.
Yeah, like
Why did we invite them?
we have a big,
That's
Josh has
so
a big
dumb.
heart. I know, Josh has a big heart, and so you feel bad because you have to invite them. But my biggest piece of advice when inviting people is I would say, are you going to talk to them in 5 years?
Yeah.
Are they
really
just
important.
in the part of your life that you're in right now? Like maybe you're in college like we were, and you were like, but in 5 years, am I really going to talk to those people again? You know, like your roommate in college, like, are you going to talk to them? Like, are they like a super close roommate, or are they just kind of like your roommate for now? And you just kind of feel like you have to invite them.
Yeah, because like if you're not that close with them, I mean, obviously a lot of people have those roommates that they get super
that are like
close
your best
with.
friend.
Yeah, and that's fine, you know. But of course, you don't have to invite every single person. Like, of course, it's good to invite your roommate that you might be friends with, like best friends. But like, you don't have to invite the roommate that you don't like or just lived with for a semester.
Yeah. So just really think about that.
And you don't have to invite the random people that your mom knew or that your dad knew or, you know.
Yeah.
I think that was a big thing for us is we felt pressured to invite people that we didn't really need to invite.
Yeah. And another thing is, I felt like if our wedding was smaller, it would have been more like close-knit of a...
It would have been warmer.
Yeah,
maybe?
like a warmer, what is the word? Reception.
Mm-hmm.
Like I feel like it would have been more like, kind of like a Christmas at your house, where it's like, you know, everyone's having so much fun and let loose.
Your hair looks crazy. It's like
know,
it's like a beard. It's like bearding down.
Stop
it's
worrying
like
about my
it's
hair.
It's like this. This is. She's got like a beard.
Stop. Anyway, so I don't even remember what I was saying, but it's more.
It's a reception.
It's more
Like
close knit.
Christmas.
Yes, instead of like, you know, a graduation.
Yeah.
It's more fun. Think about it. You have more fun at like your family gatherings at Christmas than you would like a graduation with a whole bunch of people you don't really know. You know?
Yeah.
You're just like looking off.
I was a duck over there, and he's like
Oh my
flapping
gosh.
around. He's kind of cute.
But anyway.
There's 2 ducks. All right.
Okay, so let's recap here. So save up money for your wedding per month.
And then divide it out so that you finish saving up 6 months before your wedding.
Yes.
Save all of your 5s.
Save all of your change. Just save, save, save.
Understand your priorities, your needs and your wants versus what you're not going to budge on.
So like another example of that is that we DJ'd ourselves.
Yeah.
We cut out a DJ because we were just like, you know what? Like, we can just do that ourselves. I mean, you just have to, as long as
Buy Spotify Premium.
Yeah, exactly. So things
Make
like
a playlist. It was really simple.
Just trying to figure out, you know, the cheapest way to do things is really, you don't need a DJ. You don't need...
Don't cheap yourself out. Have the wedding you want.
Exactly.
But
Have the
put
wedding
your
you want.
priorities where you want your priorities.
Exactly. So...
A DJ wasn't a priority.
No.
But because we had a sound system and everything in the building that we already paid for.
I would rather have Eucalyptus on my tables than a DJ. And that's just how it went. Maybe not Josh, but, you know, it's both of our weddings. Right?
Sure.
Anyway, and then third thing, just think about how many people you invite and if they are really somebody that you would talk to 5 years down the road.
And then, of course, the last piece of advice that I have for you is if your wife wants to do it, just do it.
Yes. Yes.
If you don't like doing a dance before the wedding to be funny, do it because your wife wants to do it. If your wife wants to put up freaking outdoor lights and make her husband stand on a ladder and almost fall 6 times setting up for the wedding, just do it. It ain't your wedding, it's her wedding.
It's our wedding.
Okay, it's our wedding, but I know that I didn't dream about my dream wedding from like the time I was 6 years old.
Exactly.
Until the time I was 22. I had things that I wanted to do at the wedding, and that I wasn't willing to budge on, of course. Well, I would compromise no matter what, but it was her dream.
Yeah.
Like from the day she was like 6 years old until the day we got married. So, I mean, there's going to be one person in the wedding usually that it was like their dream. And if it's both of you, if you both had a dream, then make both of your dream wedding come true. But just compromise and really, really do the best to make it the special wedding that they want.
Yeah.
Or that they need.
If you guys have any questions, comment them below. We will answer them for you. And
subscribe.
Yes, subscribe to our channel. Like this video if you want us to do more wedding videos or advice videos or anything like this kind of video.
And then if you have any questions about like our relationship or anything you want to know about us or any video ideas, slam that comment button and put it in there. Yep.
Or you can always DM us on Instagram. We will put them in the description box below. So, and I think that's everything.
All right, bye.
Bye, guys.